You have to leave what feels safe, what feels secure, what feels familiar. People ask me sometimes, what does it take to grow? And the question I ask them is, hmm, what feels safe? What feels secure? What feels familiar? Because these are the price of growth. These are the things you would need to give up for growth. And it can be something, it can be a place, it can even be a person. All right. So, what feels safe, what feels familiar, what feels secure can really limit your growth, can stop you from growing, can stop you from achieving your dream, can stop you from reaching for the stars. Now, if you're like me, we are all always trying to lose weight. Now, I have met people who are trying to gain weight. That has never been me. Like, I wish that was my problem, but gaining weight has never been my problem. Now, I am always trying to maintain my weight or lose my weight. Right now, as I'm talking to you, I am trying to lose some of the weight that I have gained in the past few months. All right, because listen, it's almost summertime in South Africa. We're in winter now. Winter, we get all in our comfort zone because the food feels secure, the snacking feels safe, it feels warm, it feels comfortable, and it feels familiar. This is the thing with winter. And then you're watching summer coming. And you're like, hey, you start reminding yourself that summer bodies are made in winter. So, which means we need to start working towards it. And that is just how dreams are. Dreams don't just happen, poof. You have to work on them. But to work on them, you have to get out of your comfort zone. Much like you have to go to gym, much like you have to watch your diet. You need to eat clean. Oh, eating clean. Oh, if I even think of broccoli for one moment, I really don't want to eat that. But they say it's healthy. And for me, that is me leaving the safety of my comfort zone in eating. When I eat broccoli, I can promise you it is not familiar, it is not safe for me. Not because I'm allergic to it, but listen, guys, the food I grew up eating was not broccoli. So, broccoli is not one of those things that I really, really like. Now, back to what is safe and secure in terms of growth. When you look at it, when you look at growing, you need to really look at your life and ask yourself the questions of what is currently safe in my life. For me, when I talk about safety, I tend to find that safety can be in routine, right? I wake up in the morning, I go to the gym the days that I go to the gym, I get to work, I get to meetings, and that is my routine. And I do all of these meetings and meetings and meetings. But if I want to really grow my business, I need to get out of the routine of meetings and I need to get into strategy and I need to get into implementation. That is where growth is. I cannot sit in meetings every day because that is not where the growth lies. I cannot go from one meeting to another if that is not translated into money or it's not growing my organization or it's not impacting in people's lives. So for me to grow, I need to stretch myself. And this is where people don't really want to go. They don't want to stretch themselves. Ask yourself, are you stretching yourself? When you're talking about familiarity, sometimes it's the safety of family. Ask yourself, why do you even move out? Like I went to boarding school, right? Going to boarding school was not familiar for me. It was not really safe or secure. But I wanted to go to, in fact, I voted to go to boarding school for my own reasons because if you grow up in one of those African houses, you find that people are always coming through the house, right? The house is always full. So if you want to escape, boarding school is the best place to go. So that's why I actually wanted to go to boarding school. And I was in boarding school for 6 years. Now, over time, that obviously became familiar and that became a comfort zone for me. But to even do that was growth for me. That was where I got my independence. Now, think about it. For those of you who maybe you lived with your parents even through university and all of that, and then you had to leave home. Did you leave home willingly or did your parents chase you out of the house because they're not tired of you and said, you have to get to this adulting thing? But if you left home, that is you leaving familiarity. That is you leaving security. Even those who get married, getting married is leaving the safety of your parents and getting together with this person who was raised differently from you And that is, that can be considered growth as well. Listen, it's everybody's state, different strokes for different folks. That can be considered growth as well. Also, staying too long in a relationship, when you know you should walk away from that relationship, you are staying in a, I wouldn't call it a safe space because then you're damaging yourself emotionally, but you're staying in a familiar place. And that can prevent you from growing into the next stage of your life. So it comes out in different ways. You need to ask yourself, and sometimes we get into routines that we really forget what our vision is. We forget what our purpose is. We get into routines, and this routine creates familiarity, and we just get stuck in those routines. So you really need to evaluate and ask yourself from time to time, keep that vision in front of you. What is your vision? I have mine written on my wall because I want to be able to see it all the time. I don't want to lose sight of it. There are days during the week when I realize that I've gotten into a routine. I do something different to like break it up, spice it up, because I don't want to get too comfortable in that routine. Comfort gets me bored, and really I don't like being bored. So if I'm bored, literally I can rearrange my whole house from being because I'm bored. So boring is not me. So even if you're the kind of person that likes boredom, ask yourself what your dream, what your passion, what your purpose is. If you found yourself in a space where you are safe, secure, familiar, baby, let me tell you this, you have stopped growing. All right. So let's get out of our comfort zone so that we can start working and walking towards our vision a little bit more. All right. See you in the next video. Bye.